so we're going to do a little addendum on what happens if the client is denied on Eagle Premier. You're going to get a little message that pops up. That little message says, sorry, but your client only qualifies for a graded death benefit. What does that mean? It means they got to have it 2 years before it pays. We're not going to go with Americo on that, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to say, all right, well, I just got a message, and what Mr. Joe wants us to do is get you on the phone with an underwriter. Hold on just a second. Let me get Mr. Joe back on the phone and make sure that this is what he wants to do. Now, you can do one of two things. You can call me, or I might have already told you and warned you, because they're on metformin, because they're on gabapentin and 3 high blood pressure medicines, Americo might turn them down. If they do, I want you to go straight over to Liberty Bankers. Here's how you handle that. All right, Mr. Joe, well, look, I'm sorry, Mr. Arthur, Mr. Joe just sent me a message, and he does want me to get you on the phone with an underwriter, okay? And we're going to do that right now. I'm going to call and get a profile set up for you. Notice the word profile. I'm going to call Liberty Bankers, get a profile set up. Once I do that, they're going to want to talk to you, and they're going to ask you some health questions. Just answer them truthfully. Just answer whatever questions that they ask. Now, let me go ahead and explain to you. They're going to ask you, have I explained the privacy notice to you? Okay, and I kind of have. That's letting you know that we can't share your information with anybody, can't use it to market to you, can't use it to sell to you. Okay, all we're doing is using your information to see if you qualify. They're also going to ask you, have I explained an accelerated death benefit rider to you? And I really haven't, so let me just kind of touch on that. We may not go with this company, but most of the top carriers that we use have an accelerated benefit. All that means is that if you got really sick and we knew that you weren't going to make it, that we could actually get you some money up front while you're still alive. That way, you can go down to the riverboat. No, whatever, I'm just kidding. But that money is there for you to use in any way that you want, okay? Make your life more comfortable. Go ahead and give a legacy. I know that was one of the things we talked about. You want to leave a legacy to your sons. You can do that while you're alive. That's a neat thing to be able to do. So that benefit will be there. So that's just what the accelerated benefit is. What they want you to know is that if you have a $10,000 policy and we give you 5 up front, you only get 5 when you die. Well, you don't get it, but your kids do, okay? And that's why they want to make sure that you understand that. The last thing they're going to want to know is if I explain the replacement notices to you. We are not, under any circumstances, replacing any coverage today, okay? So I'm not even going to bother explaining that to you because I don't want to make any changes until we know what we can do for you. That make sense? So please, don't make me go to jail. Don't get me in trouble. We are not replacing anything. Agreed? Agreed. Perfect, perfect. All right, let me get them on the phone, and I'll get your profile set up, and then they'll ask you some questions. And away you go. Now, what you're going to want to do is control that phone interview. You are not on speakerphone when you're setting the profile up. If you'll go back to your Eagle Premier app, everything that you ask them, okay, everything you need to know is right there except for the banking information, okay? Go ahead and get all your banking information, get your beneficiaries. You new guys, go ahead and get a Liberty Bankers paperless app out of your portfolio, fill out the front page, okay? The back page is all the health questions that you're going to read. The underwriter is literally going to read every question. Do not waste your client's time by reading those health questions, okay? If you've been in the hospital in the last 5 years, you know what their medicines are, you're going to know pretty much everything you need to know about that client, okay? So proceed by setting the profile up with the phone to your ear. Then put the phone on speaker, but hold the phone, okay? I've had clients take the phone, get up, and go to the bathroom with it, okay? Don't do that.